So we're talking today about being a type 1 diabetic and the symptoms and how I know you don't like being called a type 1, but tell us your story.
Well, um, I got diabetes many years ago since I was a teenager and I was type 2. Type 2 is when you are on tablets, and then I jumped into type 1, which
So
is
you was on metformin, was you?
was metformin, and then I was allergic. It caused me a lot of problems, and I tried all the tablets, and then after that I couldn't take the tablets, so I have to go to insulin. And the reason for that is because the tablets didn't help me anymore. The insulin was the only thing that was able me to have a lower blood.
And did it
sugar.
stabilise your sugar?
Yes and not. I think it's a game. Maybe yes, maybe not. Insulin, you inject this and it helps me with the food you are eating, with the insulin, but at the same time, it's poison. You pay a price for this.
Okay.
So if you are type 2 and you can reverse with food and with a very healthy diet your diabetes. But if you are now on type 1, I tell you what, you still can reverse it, like I am doing it and I did before.
So, I know your personal story and I know the explanation of why the doctors don't believe you, so they keep sending you insulin that you're not using.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, before I was injecting 200 units, I went down to 150, then 100.
Wasn't there a period when you said that at some point you were injecting 300 units?
Yeah, when I was 28.
Okay.
And I have to go to hospital.
Okay. So you've gone from 300 units to 200 units,
Yeah.
100 units. Then now look at your smile. And how many units are you injecting today?
10 units, and I am so happy, and I have to thank you for that.
Yes, you do.
I will explain.
All right, I'll explain that in a minute. Yeah, go on there.
Yeah, I just want to show you that
these are all full, and they keep sending you these because they refuse to believe you don't need. I mean, this is in the UK, by the way. In places like the States, they have to pay for this. So
they're so expensive.
So expensive. So if you are in the States, you can save there must be thousands. I mean, you've got 2 boxes of that stuff.
Yeah.
So and
I said to my GP to stop sending it to me, but they don't. They don't.
So here in the UK, it's in somebody's financial interest to keep sending you that. So somebody's getting paid. It's always the case.
I mean, it's a financial interest to keep people ill and depending on drugs.
So how the hell did you get to reduce your insulin by 90%? Tell them the positive stuff and tell them some of the negative stuff as well, because people need to know the negative so they know you're not bullshitting.
Well, because of this.
Okay.
This is a formula that you have to talk about that.
I will later.
You are type 2 and you have been working most of your life with natural products.
Yeah.
And you are very good with that. And this guy here who is filming me, he developed this formula. And as soon as I take this, it seems that I'm using less and less and less of this. Now, you said the negative aspect.
Yeah.
Well, because I started to take this formula as a type 1. You started with your type 2 and you reversed your diabetes, plus other things. We are going to talk about that, but not right now.
Yeah.
So I said, I'm going to start to take this, love, because if it's helping you, I want to try.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be the first to say, as the guy that developed it for my own type 2 diabetes, and I've got my blood sugar down, low, under control, I was a victim to all the propaganda as much as anybody else. People told me type 1 couldn't be reversed, so that's what I told you, didn't I?
Yes, and also, we were having a conversation yesterday about this. You find in YouTube or any channel regarding diabetes, always reverse type 2, but not type 1. It's like a death sentence. If you have type 1, you will die injecting this thing. Like you are gonna go to the grave with all this. Sorry, it sounds terrible, but I've been a diabetic for more than nearly 30 years. So yeah,
Okay.
it's my right to say that.
You have
because
got the
it's
right
true.
to say it, yeah.
I take this 3 times a day.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the funny thing. Before, I never used to have hypos because my sugar levels were always high.
Okay.
Having a good diet and working out.
Okay.
So what happens is, as soon as the first day I started to drink this formula, which has a very beautiful red maroon color, you will talk about that. It's all natural.
Just so people know, there are only 4 herbs in that. It's all food substances. It's not a drug, not a medicinal. There are 4 naturally occurring organic herbs in that, and I have put 4 homeopathic remedies in it, just to help.
Yeah.
But just the herbs alone have a magnificent effort. Anyway,
So
we even show people how to make it themselves. That's beside the point. So tell what happened to you when you started.
When I started, I was injecting 60 units a day, and then I was having 4 of these during the day. And what happens is the following day, I did like a 30 units in the morning and 30 in the afternoon. But then I started to notice that I started to inject less insulin. By the way, I hate, just doing a parenthesis here, I hate this, to use this. You know, if you have diabetes, you know what is this. You check your sugar levels with these stripes and this and the
Stick the
device.
needle in and all that, yeah.
My fingers are very sensitive. Imagine 30 years pinching yourself.
And can I also just remind people as well, I mean, just in case you forget, your body is like a pin cushion.
Yeah.
From sticking that needle in, injecting insulin.
And my legs and everything, because I've been injecting so many years. It's just, it's horrible. It's painful. My fingers are so sensitive, and sometimes I touch something and they ache a lot. But because I started to have hypos, which means I started to use less insulin. For that reason, I got that box. So every day I was checking myself. After years of not doing it, I started to check myself 4 or 5 times, because I started to have these symptoms that I hate. But then today I'm injecting just 10 units in the mornings, and that's all. I'm drinking that.
So just to clarify, you were injecting at that time about 80 units.
60.
660.
60.
You started taking the herbal drink.
4 times a day. 4 times a day.
Oh, okay. Well, if you're drinking it 4 times a day, then it's going to really dramatically lower your blood sugar.
How many times do you take it, because you are type?
I take it twice a day.
Because on my insulin I do 4, but now I do 3 or 2.
Well, I was going to say, everybody's I would say twice a day, that's it. If you drink it 4 times a day, what do you expect? But anyway, so it lowered your blood sugar so much that you were having hypos.
Yes, and I never used to have hypos until now. And I don't like that, because you feel like a death experience. How do I know I'm having a hypo? My heart starts to beat so hard, you think you're going to have a heart attack. And then you're sweating, and it's the sweat, and you just feel like a hangover. Where am I? So straight away I check my sugar. This is with me all the time. Not now. Just the first 3-4 weeks taking the remedy, because dramatically make a change. Specifically the first 2 weeks I started to take the remedy.
Well,
this was with me all the time.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, I wasn't keeping my eye on you, but it does say on the packet, take twice a day.
Yeah.
All right.
And then for that 2 weeks, I just was with this, and as soon as I felt something different, and my heart beating like that, and the sweating, and I felt like I didn't have any energy at all, and I just was looking at it, really down, like a below 4, below 5. So I was with this all the time, and I bought a kit with glucose, something that you can take to raise your sugar levels. But for me, that was amazing. Even though I didn't like the hypos, I was getting better. Now, I don't have to do this constantly. I do it on and on, maybe 2-3 times a week, just to keep an eye, because you get institutionalized by all these things. But
So the
10 units a day? No?
So 10 units a day.
Yeah.
And what would you say now? Do you have any symptoms at all, really? If you inject your 10 units a day, you take this herbal drink twice a day.
Yes. And also, if I want to be naughty sometimes, and I have ice cream,
You
know,
do,
that
you do.
lovely things we need, especially in winter. I like ice cream with Oreos.
Oreos,
So,
yeah.
So when I have that, come on, we all have that. And even your body is asking you for sugar, because sugar feeds your brain. Sometimes your body says, please give me sugar. And you have to.
And do you ever use food as an emotional support?
Of course it is. I do, and especially I realize that I'm an emotional person, and my diabetes is 90% of 7. I tell you something. My family all got diabetes. I got diabetes. Maybe it's in my DNA, but in my genes. But also I realize how my emotions affects my sugar levels.
So here's a point worth making, I think. So there have been days, and I know this to be true, where you've injected just 10 units of insulin. You've took your herbal remedy, and then something goes wrong emotionally, and your sugar gone.
Or sometimes I wake up, since I've been taking this beautiful formula, I love it, because I've been 30 years a diabetic. So it's so important to me. I could even cry now, but I just don't want to be cheesy and all that. But to stop injecting insulin, it's amazing. And if you are doing it, you will understand what I'm saying. So sometimes I wake up and it's 5.0, which is perfect. But if I am a little bit upset or stressed or like quite emotional, a little bit of depression in there, and I tend not to eat when I'm depressed. And then at night I check my sugar levels. What would you think? They are lower or higher if I don't eat anything after they are perfect?
Well, you'd think they'd go down, wouldn't you?
20, they got really up.
So he's going up to 200, 250.
Yeah. And I have to inject more insulin.
On an empty stomach, having not eaten anything.
Yeah.
So you know, and I know you, so you've got techniques that you can use and you share with people how to impact your emotions to bring the sugar down.
Yeah.
Just simple breathing exercises. And because it's simple and because it's breathing, I know people think, well, it mustn't be true. But what's your experience of these breathing exercises?
I have to tell you something personal, and just now I'm gonna do it. I grew up in a very difficult environment, and therefore I developed anxiety in a very high levels, and I didn't know. You don't know. And then I found meditation, but with the meditation you have to go naturally into the breathing, and all these started to help me to have a happier life, to leave traumas behind, to feel better with myself, and to understand that there was something with me that was not in balance. I even didn't know I had a very high standard of anxiety. And then
What is that, because you'd been that way all your life? You didn't even know how bad it was?
I didn't know how bad it was because, as I said to you, I just didn't have, when I was little, I didn't have a good environment. I grew up in a very dysfunctional family. So when you are little, you just do what you have to do. You don't compare. You don't say, oh, this is healthy, this is unhealthy. No, you survive. You go into survive mode. And in order to do that, I don't know what happens to your body. So I was so anxious, and I usually used to also harm myself, pinching and things, and hurting myself. But I didn't know. And even if I was doing this, I didn't know. And then it just has been an amazing journey, and So
Right.
you can say, maybe I have a lovely childhood, but I got diabetes, but there is a stress and there is a lot of things regarding to yourself that they are a mystery to yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. And anxiety, stress, emotions
So
are related to the pancreas.
say that bit again, sorry.
Anxiety, stress, emotions, they are related to your pancreas.
Okay. I know I've read about that in sort of different books, that the pancreas is about injustice and emotional upset.
The relationship with life.
Right,
And
okay.
breathing. Breathing is life.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've talked about hypos. Is there anything else you want to say about hypos?
Well,
I know you don't have them as much now because you're taking the drink, you're keeping the iron, and hopefully you're not taking it 4 times a day. So anything else, you know?
listen, life is amazing. It's unique. Just happens. I don't know your beliefs. For me, just happens once. You are here. Enjoy what you got. If you got no health, you got nothing. And I'm saying this after being ill most of my life. Injecting insulin, your life becomes a pain. This is your life. That's all. Don't let that to happen. And you always can change everything. And diabetes is not just regarding to physical symptoms. We are a mystery ourselves. It's so many aspects, unconsciously our psyche, everything we got. And it's beautiful because it's to learn to understand who we are. And do you find fascinating to be like an investigator, to be inquisitive about yourself?
Mm.
So I invite you, if you are diabetic, yeah, either type 1 or 2. This
As
is
a matter of
beautiful.
interest, because people are looking at that drink and they're thinking, what does it taste like? Go on. it's yeah, go on.
It's bitter, but
It's bitter.
I
It
learned,
is bitter.
according to Chinese medicine a long time ago, bitter things help your pancreas. It kicks out the pancreas. And this is bitter, but this is the amount I take 3 times a day and now twice. And it's just 1 second. 1 second that is gonna make you free from the poison of insulin. So look, this is from Mother Nature. 4 natural ingredients, organic herbs, balance your body with other tools against, well,
Yeah.
that's the one I inject every day. Let's take one. Imagine, just find yourself. Don't believe me. Go and find yourself what chemicals are in here and how they destroy your organs faster than diabetes itself. This is poison, and you are bigger than this. And look at me and opening my eyes. You are not this bloody pain, and your life is bigger than this. You are beautiful. You are bigger than this.
Okay. So that's the end of hypos, is it?
Yeah, yes. But you know, I'm telling you, I will go to 0 insulin. If I reduce from...
As a matter of interest, before right, so that's
Before you interrupt
that,
me,
no, yeah, I am interrupting you because what is fascinating is your certainty that you're going to 0 insulin.
I know I will. Because I did once. I tell you something. I did reverse my diabetes. But then I had a massive emotional crisis. I have a big surgery in one of my ovaries. And all this stress took me back to diabetes. And that was the beginning of my journey to understand the relationship between emotions and diabetes, which is so fascinating. That was when I said, hang on, I reversed my diabetes, type 2, that going back to that time. Well, I got it back again. I had a massive surgery and I was in a very bad place in life. I was very scared, full of fear, insecure, a lot of things. And I could see how it really affects your life. You know, you get used to habits. We all do. Even
Habits.
this little dog
Molly.
She eats chicken. She doesn't eat everything. Look at her. She just eats chicken. Molly, is that
Molly,
true?
you wouldn't eat beef, you wouldn't eat lamb.
Dog
Molly
food?
eat.
No.
No, she won't eat dog food, she just eats chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know that.
Stay there, stay there.
And you can, it's just habits.
Habits,
And,
right.
but we are different than Molly. So, she didn't mind that. So we can take decisions. If you start to feel better, why not to follow that road? Stop sabotaging yourself. Stop doing that, because that's what we do. And with help like this.
Actually, yeah. That's a whole new video, sabotage. Will you do a video on self-sabotage?
Yeah, I'll do it because I'm perfect about that. I'm not sabotaging myself.
All right. So have we done now then?
Yeah, please give us a like. Help me with this because I don't remember. A like, or there is a heart.
Yeah, or click the link below, or it's above, or it's in the bio on TikTok.
Yeah.
Or we don't know. Just find out. Come and join us. And we've got a lot to share because, as I say, the world has diagnosed us as type 1 and type 2. And I'm the first to say, unless I follow my own advice, within 2 weeks, if I don't do what I know I should do, within 2 weeks, I'm a type 2.
Question authority. Question yourself. And look around you. All the things around you that exist. Why not? Your body is alive. How long does it take you to have a new liver? Don't remember.
I don't remember either.
It's
Not long.
About 3 months, I don't know. But your body is alive. So what's the matter then?
The blood changes every 40 days, is it? 42 days. So.
Yeah. We are getting rid of toxins in different ways. We can.
And yet the habit, the pancreas has got a habit.
Yeah.
From somewhere. Now, I'm making a mistake now here. I'm saying the pancreas as if the pancreas exists separate from the rest of the body and the psyche, and it doesn't. So, me and you are sort of learning together amazing small changes or habits that's transforming our lives.
And also, the next video is about the colon and diabetes.
Okay.
Why?
The colon and diabetes.
What's the relationship between the colon and diabetes?
Right, I'm waiting for that.
You wouldn't believe this, but even your immune system is in your colon. So,
okay, fantastic.
So anyway, thank you. Don't forget all the links.
Make sure you get this remedy. Make sure you click on the like button and follow us and subscribe to us, and all of us be a success together.
Yes,
all right then.
Let's be happy, let's be healthy. Bye.
Bye.